This is a bale that I put outside years ago, and you can see that it's composting itself. It's got a lot of worms in there. It's still got quite a bit of hay. The seeds will all be sterilised and composted. This is awesome stuff, and it's really important to put some manure in and then some brown matter. So if you've got a stabled horse and it's on, wood pellets or sawdust, you don't need to worry so much about that. But if you've got a horse on pasture, especially in spring, if it's just eating the spring grass, you'll find it's pooing green and there's not enough fibre in there to keep the bugs and microbes going. So you actually need to put something else in there. Don't buy anything if you've got something like this lying around, or hay that your horse isn't eating because it's mouldy. Sprinkle that in. Here's my tree line, all of that in there, all of that under the trees and caught on the trees. That's actually really good. The pine needles, you can spread that in a layer to break up the manure. You'll have amazing compost with that. Takes a while to break down. You don't need a thick layer either, but it's really good, and that pronged fork lifts it straight up. It's very easy. An area I fed out with a round bale. All of this old bale can be lifted. Try to leave some if you can, because the seeds will also re-sow the grass again. But if it's hay that you didn't want, then or grass seeds that you didn't want, then try lift it all. You can see that there's some more old hay. This was a bale that I got, and the horses hated it. So lift that, you can chuck that on the pile. And again, we've got baleage. This baleage was for the cows. I thought they'd eat more of it. They didn't. It's getting old, it's rotting, and it's fine. Chuck that on the pile too with the manure. If you're picking up as you go, even better. So if you've got it like poo and hay, grab it all in one piece and just do it like that. Save yourself some time, and you'll eventually build it up. But you'll find that your compost is amazing. And then you can just chuck it back over the paddocks if that's what you want. You can see that there's a couple of patches like through here that can really do with a bit of manure. Patch in here that could do with some manure. So once it's all composted down, it's safe, it's not sour, it's not wormy, and it just adds nutrients to the soil. And our country is really dry as well. We're on a riverbed out here, so if I add compost to the top, it actually slows down the water going out into the riverbed through the ground, and you'll find that you are growing much better grass for it. I actually don't need much more grass because my horses are all on lock-up, as you saw, but it's still really good to have, and it means that you'll cut some amazing hay. It's well worth doing. So yeah, you can also put it around trees, because you can see that my property doesn't have enough trees, so you can put it down tree lines and plant trees in the compost. You want to compost it first. You don't want to put raw shit onto trees. That burns them, and it ends up with you having loads of weeds and grass and all sorts of crap in there. So you're better off to, if you're a spraying person, you can spray the grass so the grass is killed, and then you can put a layer of compost on it. Or if you're not interested in spraying it, you can put down cardboard, or you can just put the manure straight on it once it's composted, and you'll find that your trees love it. They'll be really happy. It's more valuable for fruit trees and nut trees and your actual vegetable garden. You can put that on the top, or your ornamental garden, but at the end of the day, that's compost. It can just go back on the land. It'd be better off to go down the side here with some seeds, so that I can re-sow that and tidy it up, because the pine trees do nail it a little bit down that side. Or I have an old pig pen, and that is very sparse, and the animals don't like to eat around what pigs have eaten, so it doesn't hurt. So I could actually, once I'm finished with that compost pile, pull it all out into here, level it back up, and then chuck some grass seed on it. It's a mess. I'm picking it up. I'll pick it up one day. Pigs make a mess, absolute mess. Those little spots on it are actually lime. Don't forget to fertilise your paddocks. It's really important, because you are what you eat, and if your horses are just eating nutrient deficient pasture, then they're not getting much out of it, are they?